Dar'rel Scott, a guy that probably a lot of you guys forgot about, to be honest with you. 7th round pick. You know, you don't really think about those guys too often 10 years down the road. When Dar'rel Scott was just 8 years old, his parents actually split. His father was barely a part of his life. He mentioned also how his father used to regularly even miss scheduled visits. So he was a huge Jordan fan. So everybody assumed he wore 23 at Maryland because of the fact he wanted, to do something for Jordan because he was a big Jordan fan. No, it was actually to honor his brothers. His brother James wore number 20. His brother Lee Jr. wore number 3. And he has said in an interview that they were his father. So that's a nice thing there. So he wanted to do something to honor his brothers that helped raise him when they themselves were kids, and wore number 23 at Maryland in their honor. As a Giant, though, he did have to switch to 33 because if you remember from back in the day, numbers wise, Corey Webster, the starting corner, already had 23. He wasn't giving that up.
Yeah,
can't blame him. I'm not going to give it up either if I'm him. Why would I give it up to a guy who may never even
start?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll see what happens as far as that. But spoiler alert, yeah, no, it didn't work out very well. He made the roster his rookie year as a third running back behind Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs there. So talk about going from big name giant to it's just like steep drop off at the third running back position there. He had an impressive preseason, which is what made him get that spot there. A 97-yard touchdown run, a 65-yard TD on a fake punt as well. In that season overall, he played in 11 games. In 2012, it ended pretty quickly for him after 4 games with knee surgery. 2013, he got just 1 start ever in his career, and that was that year against the Chiefs, which he had 26 yards on 5 carries. I guess not a bad yard per carry average, but Giants couldn't have been too happy with the performance because they waived him right after the game. Talk about going from high to low. Like, get your first NFL start. Boom. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a roller coaster of the NFL, guys. The Giants then picked him back up a week later after David Wilson hurt his neck. He then was waived again after injuring his hamstring in week 6. So whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Roller coaster. Yeah. But then after that week 6 drop, he never played in the NFL again. His Giants career, 20 games, 1 start, 31 rushes, 98 yards, 3.2 yards per carry, no touchdowns, 13 catches for 115 yards and 1 touchdown. So at least he saw pay dirt at one time in his career. That's the guys I feel bad for. Like, you never, like, that's got to be like a thing. Like, as an offensive player, you want to score a touchdown. That's the goal. So yeah, 1 at least.
You would hope so.
2015, he went to play for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. 2016, he played for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, which it seems like a weird name for a football team. The Tiger Cats. Like, why not just call it the Tigers? Like, they're tigers. Yes, they're cats.
We understand that.
It's not like the Miami Dolphins mammals. Like
Marine
it
life.
Just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like, it's the Atlanta Falcons birds. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what they did. He now is living in Pennsylvania with his wife and 3 kids. His Instagram lists him as a sports performance coach. Shows a lot of pictures of the speed and agility camps he does in Trooper, PA. So I'm assuming he lives right near Trooper, if not in Trooper at that point there. So if you're out in Trooper, PA, and you want to go ahead and get your kids into a speed and agility camp, apparently you can do it with an ex-Giant. So fun if you're a Giant fan there.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.